what you looking at?
I'm looking at some artists.
Some artists? Let me see. Oh, Rembrandt. Yeah. Oh man, he's one of my favorites. Did you know that Rembrandt really liked to focus on
Shadows.
Yeah, shadow and lights. Hey, how would you like to do an art project in Rembrandt's style? What do you think? Yeah. To the studio?
To the studio!
Oh, let's take our friends too. Come on.
Come on, let's go. Joy in my mind and joy in my heart. I'm going to keep a joyful spirit as we make art.
All right, so who are we talking about today? You remember?
No.
Today we're going to talk about Rembrandt. And this is our original that we're working from. Rembrandt was known for making shadows, very dramatic shadows in his artwork. And then contrasting to make the shadows like pop, he did lighter areas. So which direction do you think the light source is coming from?
The top.
Okay, from right here?
Yeah.
And so why do you think it's coming from right here?
Because there's more light on the face than the bottom.
Yes, okay, so this part is lighter. Okay, yeah, absolutely. And then of course we're darker right here. All right, well this is what we're going to hopefully accomplish today.
Mine might look a little
Well, even though I am the one that did this one, mine's probably gonna look a little different because that's the fun thing about art is every time we do it, it comes out a little different. But we have our Rembrandt Master Study Guide to help us.
Okay.
He does look kind of funny. I like the expression on his face. All right, so we're gonna use our Rembrandt Master Study Guide to kind of help us through our project. Then what else do we need?
We need paper.
Yep, our heavyweight art paper, our sketch guide, right? We need our sketch guide. For this one, we're gonna get the one that says Rembrandt in the corner, and it's just the outline of a person.
Are you gonna use the template too?
I am. I'm gonna use the template too.
Because that's how you use that.
Well, and sometimes when I'm working on a particular skill, it just kind of helps for my brain to, be free to focus on that skill alone. All right, so inside your sketch guide, you're also gonna have a sheet of graphite paper. You're gonna need your graphite paper and your sketch tool.
And my sticky tool.
Now, me personally, you do not have to do this, but before I sketch mine, I'm actually gonna tape my paper down.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah. This is the tape we normally use. This is artist tape that you can get from any local art store. You could probably find some on Amazon. I've never actually looked, but I'm almost out of that one. So we're going to show, painter's tape. That's what we're gonna use today. Painter's tape is a little more grippy than the artist tape, so you kind of have to be careful. Oh, mine's just gonna stick together. So you kind of do have to be careful. You don't want to push down really hard when you put it on your paper because it will stick to your paper. It's kind of hard to pull off.
And if you have paper on the paper, you'll recognize paper.
Yeah, we did because we're working with acrylic, and acrylic, it will come off, but it's very difficult to get off. Go ahead and papers down if you want to, sweetie. It is a little challenging to get off, so we actually covered our art table in craft paper. This piece wasn't quite long enough for me. Good job. And
Take mine to the table because
that also serves as it won't move around while you're working on it. Here.
they're going together.
It will stick to itself. I'll stick it to here. There you go. Okay, can I show you one more piece? You want one for the top? All right. If you do this, once you have your canvas nice and flat, you're gonna get your
Graphite paper.
and dark side down is the way to remember that. Dark side down.
Like this.
Right.
Now we're grabbing our template and putting it wherever we want.
Wherever you want. I'm gonna put mine a little over because I want to leave room for hair on this side. So I'm gonna come a little over on mine.
Oh, that's a good idea, but I'm gonna do that too.
Okay. Now with your scratch tool, you want to tell them what we do with the scratch tool?
We press down with it.
Lightly, that you do not have to press super hard. And you're tracing every line that's on your template. Hold it down so it doesn't move.
That's what I'm doing. It just doesn't like me going this way.
Sometimes I forget which lines I've already done. So it's good to kind of go in like a pattern flow, like start at the top and hit all lines going down, or do the inside out. Those are things to think about. Alright, I think I'm done. I may have missed a line or two. Okay, ready? Alright, so let's get our hey, come on, get that.
Well, I forgot I did this.
That's okay.
Let me just.
Well, that's not gonna work though. You don't have to do that. Okay. All right. So look at, you can see right here on E's where she there's a little gap right there where she didn't trace. That's okay. yours it may end up like that. It is not going to hurt a thing.
Because it's going to cut over it, right?
Yes. All right, so let's set our graphite paper
And our template.
out of the way. All right, so now remember we talked about Rembrandt uses lots of dramatic shadows and light to make his work pop. So if you look at your master study sheet, we have an example of one of his paintings right here. And most of you can see that there's a body, you can kind of see the background, but most of that is actually in the dark. So that's where we are going to start. We're going to build our background and some of our shadows. Now, how are we going to do that? You'll say, well, we're going to need to open our acrylic paint kits. If you have not opened them yet, I've already opened these tubes, but if you have not opened them, you're going to want to unscrew the cap, and there'll be a little silver seal right there that you're going to need to take off. Okay? So make sure you've done that. We're going to start with black and brown, and we like to use old
Lids that don't fit anything.
plastic lids that don't fit our dishes anymore, because normally we would use disposable palette trays, but these are going to be using a lot of water. We're going to be watering down our paint today, so you want something with a little bit of a lip. Paper plates work great for this as well.
Or paper bowls.
Yes, or paper bowls. This is just what we had to work with, and so that's what we're using. Okay, so you're going to want to get a small
amount of black, right?
A small amount of black, and it really does not take much. Okay?
And a small amount of brown.
And a small amount of brown. That might be a little more than you need. I tend to go with the philosophy of I can always go back and get more. So I try to be very sparing with my paint. Just like that. All right, from your kit, grab your brushes. Now, if this is the first time you've opened them, they may be a little stiff. So just go ahead and pinch them and kind of wiggle your brush.
The brush is wiggling.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it up a little bit. Okay, now let's get that tip good and wet. All right, now we're gonna really water down our paint. So we're not washing this water or wiping the water off of our brush. We're gonna pull some of that black up, and you see it's almost like a watercolor texture. It's very, very wet.
Like this?
You can use even more water on yours, or less paint, whichever way you wanna go. And then you wanna pick up some of the brown, and I'll just work them together. Kind of give that nice moody brownish black. And notice I'm going back and picking up more water on my brush. Just a wet brush is all you want. Okay? That gives us a nice watercolory look. Okay, so we've thinned out our acrylic paints so that they'll glide smooth and our background will kind of melt into the back. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move in like a curved line in all four corners. This is gonna be our darkest areas. So we wanna hit all four corners with these curved lines.
Like this one?
Yeah, just like that.
And you might have to pick up it a little bit.
Absolutely. Am I yours?
No, it's just not.
Another benefit to taping yours down is that you can paint
Over it.
over it. You don't have to worry about it getting on anything. My brush is getting a little dry, so I'm going to pick up a smidge more water. And I'm going to go back and grab some more black because I really want my corners to be darker, and mine were coming out a little lighter than what I wanted.
Like this one?
I think you could use some more water on your brush. You're just looking a little on the dry side.
I like this some more.
You can always go back and get more.
I'm filling mine in because watercolors paints you can put it in.
Well, you know what? That's a great job. Now, remember, these are acrylics, so they're not watercolor, but we are like really diluting them. So I'm going to start pulling mine in as well. So all I'm doing is picking up water on my brush, not more paint. This is important. I did not get more paint on my brush. I'm just putting water on it, and then I'm picking up the paint that's already on the palette and bringing that in. That's how you get that gradient look where it's lighter.
I mean like this?
And that's where it gets lighter and lighter the further in you go.
Alright, we're just going to paint over it. We're going to paint over it. We're going to paint the whole thing. I give you the face.
Well, no, don't paint over your face with this just yet. We will, but not just yet. No, we're just getting the corners. Okay, I want to make this corner darker, so I'm going to go back and grab a little bit of black. And just blend it in.
I like how mine's looking. Mine went a little too far with this, but it's okay. I just paint over it.
Absolutely. Okay. Now we're going to get some more water, and we're going to start working in our shadows. We're going to do our shadows first, which means, if we look back at our guide drawing, which means we're going to be working in under the chin, right? So if you tilt your head down and think that's where the shadow would be, because there's no light getting there. So we're going to go under the chin, on the side here,
so we need black,
down our neck, all of these areas. Well, you are going to use black, but you also want to pick up a little bit of brown.
Like this.
Right, because you don't
And
want
then mix them all together.
Yeah, you want to save some of that true black for the last layer.
Okay,
water on that brush?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so now we're gonna come, and I'm just gonna follow the jawline first. Okay. And then I'm gonna start pulling that down. Get some water, because I've got my color there. And I just want to pull it down.
I did a little too much black. Okay. So look.
Get your paper towel. Okay, if this happens and it's that dominant, get your paper towel and blot it off before it dries. And then you can get your water on your brush and move the color around like you want it.
Like this? I'm gonna get some of that paint out of it. Oh my gosh. I got it all fun.
You've got too much paint in your brush.
More dabbing.
There you go.
I use a different brush.
You can. You can switch.
Don't be a new one.
Alright, and then I'm also going to pull that color up the face just a little, not very far, just a little bit. And then I'm going to hit the outline on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
And you need more water, honey. Your brush is too dry.
Oh my gosh, I get it.
It's okay.
Splattered on it.
Mine did that a lot when I was practicing, and so I would just take my finger and work in these little wet blobs like this. Okay, and that's going to work with it.
Like this one. Oh, this one.
Okay. So now I'm taking just a little bit darker color. We picked up our black again, our kind of blackish brown, and we're going over on the outside of the face, and I'm just going to retrace
Can
that
mine be
line.
open, guys?
When we get to that point,
I'm just going around the body.
it is your artwork. All right, so now I'm coming back in. I'm adding another layer of shadow on this side. Make it even darker. Good, and we just keep working it down. If you keep your canvas nice and wet, it makes this process a lot easier.
I'm just doing it around it so it all blends in.
Now, one thing I like to do,
Oh no, you're right. We did put it there.
one thing I like to do is kind of take my finger periodically and blend in some of those wet places.
But this isn't wet.
It just kind of, well, you could add more water if you needed to. Hey, you make sure you're doing your outline, okay?
I know. Is there a way that I can put this point of
If this happens, just get your paper towel and work over it. Hey, let this dry for a second, and then you're going to use just the tip of your brush, okay? Just the tip of your brush. Let's pick the medium brush, okay? Just the tip, and you can come back and make that shadow even deeper, and so that'll be a contrast, okay? And it'll make that work.
So now it will actually look like she has like a kind of neck.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it could, like a scarf or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when we're working with acrylic paints, sometimes it's hard to visualize what it's going to look like from the very beginning. You kind of have to just keep going and keep working with it.
I'm so excited to see what this looks like in the end.
And then I'm deepening these shadows here. Just keep working your shadows. Keep working those shadows.
Like this.
Don't stop.
I'm gonna put some black right here.
I'm using a lot more water than paint. And that's what's letting it all kind of blend and give that smoky kind of look. Yeah. Ow. I hit my head. And then we're going to come around the jaw one more time. Just one more little dark shadow right here. And then work it out into...
You're gonna give a towel.
No.
I'm gonna dip some. Just dip your face. Because
It's all right.
earlier I was doing like,
Yeah.
where one.
That's looking really good. All right, rinse your brush. You may have to swap out and get clean water at this point. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to swap out and get some clean water. So hit that pause button, and you can swap out and get some clean water as well. All right, so we've swapped out our brush, which also gave it just a little bit of time to dry. We're going to switch to the medium size brush. I said swapped out our brush. I meant swapped out our water. One thing you can do is make sure your brush is very, very wet when you're working, okay? All right, so we're gonna put some more water on our brush, and this time we're gonna start working into the face area. Okay, so if our light is here, we wanna make sure that we keep this area, imagine kind of like a triangle, okay? So if you started at the point of the forehead, went down the nose, and back over to the ear, this is your area of light.
So we're going to like make like a little triangle.
Sort of. Just kind of keep that triangle in your brain. Now I've got lots and lots of water on my brush, and I'm picking up just a little bit of color.
I got a little too much.
Very translucent. That's okay. Can I help you?
Yes, please.
Okay. If you get too much paint, rinse your brush out, come back with your water, and grab just a corner of your paint like that. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's okay if you need help.
Help is always okay. So what I like to do is I'm going to start right here along this jaw, because this is going to be my darkest value.
So right here?
And I'm going over the eyes, over the lips, everything. And I'm just coloring with my paintbrush until I reach that point where my paintbrush is dry. Now I'm going back and get a little bit more. And I'm gonna repeat that, making it even darker. Oops, I got a glob of paint that time. Did not mean to do that. But I'm gonna repeat that. Yes, sir? That's because you have it on that setting. Would you like me to come change it?
Like this?
Okay. Still working with our medium brush. More water. I want to make this feel a little more shadowy. So I'm going to pick up just a tiny amount of black. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Like this?
Yeah, that's looking good, girlfriend.
I got a little too much black, but I kept on like doing this, so, and it's like.
So you see right here how mine is a little bit darker than what I really wanted. I put more water on my brush and I'm just going to blend it up, and that's pulling that up.
Then let's do it again. Just with water. Like this.
Just with water, and it's just going to pull that paint up.
Like you go all the way up.
Now remember your light triangle? Okay, so let's talk about that area. Yes, that is the area that we want to be lighter. So I'm like nothing, not really hardly any paint on it. And we're gonna just really pull with water all through there to make it light. Yes ma'am, just like that. Nailed it. All right.
Now it looks like she has a mask.
Yes. All right, so let's let that, see how this really, I have this really harsh line right here from earlier. I don't love that, so I'm just gonna take some water and go back and really try to blend that, kind of soften it up a little bit.
I want emphasis with one of my shadows. That's pretty.
Yeah, well you can. You guys, if you've been following us any amount of time, you know I love to get my fingers
All messy.
in my artwork. Yeah, they do get messy. But I love the way the blending works with my fingers. So, you know, if you don't mind getting a little messy, I would encourage you to try
Mine
that.
gives that elf ear. Like mine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Kind of
Oh, and
elfish.
mine. Oh,
Okay.
Oh, and
Right.
mine.
Yes, ma'am.
Dad, he said that when I was a baby, I had elfy ears like you did.
Yeah, I do. I have elfish ears too. Okay, so
And then
let's. All right, so let's talk about hair. Now you can do your hair whatever color you want to. We're gonna go.
I'm gonna go with the smaller colors.
We're using browns and yellows, and then we're gonna use a little bit of black over here to help with the really working into the
What's my red?
shadows. So we may not use all of the colors, and that's okay. Not on this project at any rate. All right, so there's our a squirt of brown. You don't have to have, I'm not putting it necessarily in a clean place. A teeny tiny amount of yellow, you really don't need much. And I have plenty of black, I think, so I'm not gonna get any just yet. Now we're gonna switch back to our largest brush for this.
I got my largest brush. Oh,
Now, this one we're gonna use more like traditional acrylic, so you're not gonna water this down as much. A damp brush, not a soaking wet brush, okay?
it's like this, like a damp.
Well, you can squeeze off some of the extra water if you want to. Okay. And we're gonna just kind of start with, I pick up the yellow, and I'm not blending these, I'm putting them on the tip of my brush. I'm picking up yellow, I'm picking up brown, and a little bit of black. Just barely a dot of that black, not much. And I'm gonna start at the crown of my head and just kind of wiggle wavy the hair down.
Just a tiny drop like that. Like this.
Yep.
Like right here.
Yes, but stand right here so that you can pull it and follow the crown, the shape of the head. Remember that gap that was kind of there when we were drawing?
Oh, is that there?
Yeah. Right now I'm picking up just brown. I want this to be nice and thick. I'm gonna let it cover up my ear. I'm okay with that.
I'll grab some.
Okay. I want this to have that real true acrylic thickness. And I'm gonna put some of the black down here to help feed into that shadow. And then I'm gonna go back over that with my brown.
Brown.
I actually have more black than I want, so I'm gonna wipe off my brush. I'm gonna refresh my brown. You can put more paint on your brush. Yours is looking a little dry.
No water.
No, I mean paint. You want this paint to be nice and thick, like you want to see the acrylic texture in this part.
Yellow too high. So I'm gonna grab some brown.
Now you could do a hat on top. You can really have some creative freedom with this one.
Yeah.
If you want to make this a boy instead of a girl, obviously you could do like just some short hair going up. The point is that on this side, we have our brown and just a little bit of yellow to lighten it up.
I've seen some girls with their hair just like this, Mama.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave my hair like this.
It's pretty.
I'm gonna this
This
one.
is what I have. There we go. I like the texture of this wavy.
Like this one.
Okay, now we're gonna come to the other
I'm
side.
not gonna do it here. I'm just gonna.
That's fine. You don't have to do it here. Okay, now we're gonna come to the other side of this side. It's gonna have less of our yellow. It's gonna have a lot more brown and definitely some black. And we're gonna follow that same pattern. And even right here, so if you have longer hair and you tilt to the side, your hair would kind of be right here. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and clean up my line there. That's okay. All right, so I'm putting my black down first, and now I'm going on top of my black while it's still wet with my brown.
I got mine. Walk it down some yellow.
See that?
No, I need to get some more brown because restock my brown.
So we can always go back and get more, right?
Yep. This is a drop, not a lot.
Very nice. Okay, and then because I do want it to look natural and match both sides, I'm gonna put just a small amount of yellow, like it's not even gonna be like super visible, right here.
There we go.
At the crown. Okay, now before it dries, I am gonna dab my brush against the bottom of my cup to get all that acrylic out of the bristles. Now, before we rinse it off, this is really cool. This is one thing that Rembrandt actually did when he was working on hair textures. He would take a stick, a scratch tool, whatever you want to call it at the time, and he would go in and just scratch into his thick paint, and that helps create those lighter looks. So you're not going to want to do that over here where it's dark, but up here where it's really nice and light.
Like
yes,
this, Mama?
scratch it in there. Just like that. On this side, around her face. You can just, you decide when you've got it like you want it.
I got
it's got enough highlights.
I got how I like it.
That is super fun to me. All right, now let's finish her up with some detail work.
Or him.
Or him, yep, whichever one you're doing. Okay, so now we're gonna get our smallest brush. Hey, Eddie, stand up, please. Thank you. All right, get your smallest brush. And now, let's see. First thing I am going to do, I'm gonna start with my eyebrows because that's gonna want to match my hair, okay? So I've got just a slightly damp brush, not super wet because I still want that thick hair texture. I'm gonna pick up my brown and maybe a smidge of black. And short. My brush is just a little too wet, but that's okay. It's a little wetter than what I wanted. And kind of follow that eyebrow.
I'll get a little bit more wet.
And you see how mine is spreading? That's because mine's a little wet.
Mama, mine looks
You have too much water.
kind of dab
Yeah, you can dab it. Alright, I had way too much water on my brush. That's why mine was spreading like that. Which means now my paper right there is also wet, so I'm gonna let that kind of dry and I'm gonna work in another area. Again, I'm gonna pick up my brown, maybe a tiny amount of black.
like this, Mama.
I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna do my lips.
So I'm gonna pick up some brown.
Use your smallest brush for this. And I hear you're like, wait a minute though, if I paint the lips completely dark, what are we gonna see? You're not gonna do it completely dark. You can see I left some, like you can still see some of the skin there, the skin there. And that's gonna make the highlight.
It's
If
solid.
you did it solid, that's okay. He would take a little bit of white and he would go back
Imagine there's a kid watching this name.
and he would go back and work in those highlights. I like to blend mine a little bit. You don't have to do
I
that.
got a little too much paint.
But I like to soften mine. Okay, yep. Hey, remember, use just the tip of your brush. Okay?
It looks like she's like doing like
Well, thanks.
like surprise.
Now I'm gonna take a little bit of water on my brush and a little bit of the black. Put your sleeve in there. And now I'm gonna come back and accent these shadowy areas on the face. Like the nose.
My paper's coming off at the lips.
Well, that's because you just rubbed it off with the paper towel. For the sake of time and details and all those fun things, you can do open eyes if you want to. I think it's kind of fun to do them closed.
We're getting some black.
Did you get my paper towel?
No, that was right there. This was yours.
Let me do that one again because that one came out a lot darker than what I wanted. I'm trying to make like maybe a little bit of a light gray, so I'm going to pick up a little bit of white, a little bit of black, a little bit of brown, a little bit of black all on your brush for your face shadows. It's going to be really nice. It'll be really dark on that side, making a dramatic shadow. You don't touch that triangle face. Remember your triangle.
Like this, Mama? It looks like a little tattoo. I like it because it looks like a little tattoo on your face.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna go back and fix those real quick. And I actually think the shadows that were created from that really work well. The eyelashes would be on the bottom. Now you could paint eyelashes if you want to. And I'm gonna make a nice little dramatic outline.
I'm gonna need wide open, so
Yours are gonna be wide open. Okay, so you're doing your white first.
yeah, and
All right.
now I want to choose like a color for mine, like any other city.
With his eyes, let's go back to our guide. His eyes were always set back in the shadow, and so they were really dark. You actually wouldn't be able to see the eye color because of the way he shadowed them. That's great, just like that. All right, while she is doing that, we're gonna look at ours and say, okay, is there anywhere else that we
I
need?
want this to be like red.
Okay, we'll put you just a little bit of blue with your black. Okay. Is there anywhere that I feel like needs a little bit more shadow? Like I'm gonna do the shoulder area.
This is not open yet.
Now, you could, if you wanted to, you could make this a color. Like if you wanted to say, oh, well, she's got a blue shirt on. I'm still in some blue.
Hey.
You can pick up a little bit of blue with your black, but because it's in the shadow, you want to make sure that you have that black mixed in so that it gives that nice kind of dark hue. If you feel like your triangle needs to be a little lighter, you can dab in a little bit of white. Use the
Like
tip
this,
of your
Mama?
brush. Tip of your brush.
Lighter.
Okay, well, think about your light source. Okay, make sure it makes sense. Okay, you're gonna want to let this dry. That's why we're learning.
Black.
In the learning process, wait, before you add black, where do you want to add black?
Like
So instead of, instead of getting more black, let's wipe the extra acrylic paint off your brush. Another reason that we put paper down, we can just wipe our extra off and just pick up the black that's already here and a little bit of water, and then you can blend it in. I want this to dry. So I'm gonna leave it, I'm gonna walk away, and I'm gonna come back when it's nice and dry, and then we'll take the paper off and sign our artwork.
Like this.
I like it. All right, well, we'll use this time to go clean our brushes, put your finishing details on, and then come back and we'll do the reveal together.
Oh, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. And we'll love to see your artwork. So make sure.
All right, it's reveal time. Gently, very gently, and slowly so it doesn't rip your paper. Let's check out, it's my paper. Let's check out our Rembrandt. Be careful. Just a second. Ah!
Oh my gosh.
What? Did it stick to? Yeah, mine did that too. It stuck to the brown paper underneath. Alright, my favorite thing about taping it down is it gives us these nice, clean lines, clean frame, clean border.
Not mine.
So you can
Mine's falling from the sky.
you can sign your name anywhere in your work you want to, but you could also come down in the border and put it right here.
But if you want to frame it, you should put it on your art.
Well, I mean, if you've got a big enough border, it's fine. But you would want to write small. You wouldn't want it to take up the whole thing. Or you could write it on your artwork.
That's what I'm going to do right here. That's my name, E.
E.
Or that's what my mom.
And then I always put the year, so when you're older and you're looking back on your artwork, you'll kind of remember the year.
2025. No, 26.
Yep, we swapped over 26.
26. So it went from this to this to this.
Yep, good job. Try again. There we go.